Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Mina Gerges. In today's episode of Christianity Simplified, I'm going to discuss the topic: was Jesus Christ truly risen from the dead? I will try to answer this question from different aspects. I'll start initially with common sense or logic. I hope you appreciate that unless Jesus Christ's resurrection was a real event, the story of Christ's crucifixion and passion will be just a story of shame and weakness. And if you review the history and the events according even to the Bible itself, it states that the disciples at the time of Jesus' crucifixion, they ran away. But you see that these same people came back after Jesus' resurrection, and they were willing to be killed and martyred for the sake of preaching Jesus' resurrection. Simply no one will be willing to die for a lie. Yes, some people may be persuaded that about something and they are willing to die for it, but no one will be willing to die for just a lie, and they know from their inside that it's just a lie. What does some of the writings in the Bible about resurrection state? If we see St. Paul in his first letter to the Corinthians, chapter 15, verse 14, it reads, "And if Christ be not risen, then our preaching is vain, and your faith is also vain." So St. Paul is clearly stating that without the foundation of Jesus' resurrection, there is no meaning for the Christian faith. And I also like to contemplate about the life story of St. Paul and his conversion to Christianity. So St. Paul is originally a Jew, and he was actually persecuting the Christians at the early church, and he killed many of them. But after Jesus' resurrection, and while he was still in his way to torture and persecute more Christians, Jesus himself appeared to him in a revelation, and he spoke to him and he asked him, "Why are you actually persecuting me?" And that was a lifetime change for Paul. His time back then was Saul, and he became Christian after that, and he started preaching and writing all his letters, which we have as part of the Bible and the rest of it. So Jesus will not appear to St. Paul unless Jesus was still alive. Did Jesus himself tell his disciple beforehand about his death and resurrection? Yes. If we review in the Gospel of St. Mark, chapter 8, verse 31, it reads, "And Jesus began to teach them that the Son of Man," which is one of the names of Jesus, "must suffer many things and be rejected of the elders and of the chief priests and scribes, and be killed, and after 3 days rise again." So Jesus already gave them the heads up that after 3 days he will be risen from the dead. Also, if you read the Bible, Jesus appeared after his resurrection and for 40 days after to different people in different places. So that's another evidence that he was alive again, and it cannot be like some kind of hallucination which affected some people, because not all these people will be hallucinating. We had one of the disciples who was very skeptical. His name was Thomas, and he was skeptical because the way he worked personality wise was simply, unless I see something and I feel it, I cannot believe in it. So when the disciples Peter and John told him that Christ is alive again, he didn't believe it. And he said, unless I see that by my own eyes, I wouldn't believe that. So if we go to the Gospel of John, chapter 20, verses 27 and 28, it reads, Then Jesus said to Thomas, Put your finger here. See my hands. Reach out your hand and put it into my side. Stop doubting and believe. And Thomas answered and said to Jesus, My Lord and my God. So Jesus was telling Thomas, feel the places of the nail piercing in my body. Feel my side where the spear went. And Thomas felt that, and he saw it, and that's why he believed, and he said and claimed that Jesus is his Lord and his God. What about other books from other religions? Do any of them state that Jesus Christ is still alive? Yes, if we refer to the Quran, which is the holy book for Muslims, it states in Surah, which is like chapter Al-Umran, verse 55, it states that Jesus ascended to heaven. So this means that Jesus is still alive. Again, in another place, Surah or chapter Al-Zukhruf, verse 61, in Quran, it states that Jesus will return at the end of days and that he knew the hour for this return. So if Jesus is coming back again, this Jesus must be still alive. And there is no way that he's still alive unless he was resurrected or risen from the dead. And that's not the Bible stating it, it's other holy books for other religions. What did Jesus say about himself? In the Gospel of John, chapter 11, verse 25, it reads, Jesus said, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believes in me, even if he dies, yet he will live. So how our Lord and God Jesus Christ will claim that he is the resurrection and the life unless he is capable of rising himself or resurrecting himself from the dead? I'll be frank with you, and you can go and double check this. Till this time, Jesus Christ still do miracles, and he still appeared to many people, and he changed their life, and they make these people follow him and believe in him. You just need to ask for Christ to manifest himself in your life. Even if you don't know the way, just tell him and ask him to show you himself and manifest himself to you in your own life. I hope you found some spiritual benefit from my talk, and I hope to see you again in another episode, God willing. Thank you so much. Bye.